Rambly, rambly, rambly. So, big news yesterday. Sorry, I got busy, so I couldn't break it to you. But I'm here now. Kevin Dotson re signs with the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams plan to put a tender on Alaric Jackson. That's what we're going to talk about today, and the importance of both of these moves and the Rams' logic doing this soon before free agency starts. So, as always, if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, share. If you're a returning member, thank you. I appreciate you. Road to 3K. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. So, firstly, big news was Kevin Dotson. That started the day, right? Like, this was the number one thing the Rams had to do this offseason was get Kevin Dotson back in horns. Now, prior to this year, most people probably didn't even know who Kevin Dotson was. I didn't. But what he did this year was put up numbers to be the highest rated guard, second highest rated guard overall and in run blocking. If you notice Kyron Williams' resurgence in the second half of the season, once he returned from injury, big part of that, Kevin Dotson, right? Like every time he ran that way to the right side, it was great. Now you just solidified your guards with Avella and Dotson. You have two premier guards. Avella's well on his way to being one of the best guards as well. Played every snap last year. And Kevin Dotson. Now the Kevin Dotson deal, 3 years, $48 million, $32 million guaranteed. Let me see. I believe it was $32 million guaranteed. Yep, $32 million guaranteed. So we're getting him at $16 million a year. Steal. That is a discount, right? This guy was going to make 18 to 20 million, which two guards in the NFL already make 20 million a year. He was going to do that. This was going to be a bidding war. Unless Snead is smart enough to know, I'm not going to give him the high-end dollar, but I'm going to end this right now. I'm going to give him 3 years. I'm going to guarantee money, and I'm going to give him a hefty payday. $16 million a year. I highly doubt Dotson did not, within minutes, say, sign. On top of getting paid, he's playing in a system that he feels very comfortable in, that really put him at his actual position at right guard. He's playing on a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. And he's playing on a team that took a chance on him last year and traded for him. Did the same thing with Austin Corbett. But this time we're not letting this guard go. At 27 years old, at 30, his next re-signing can be up, and we could worry about that at that time. But this is a great move. We have Matthew Stafford at quarterback, who is not mobile. He is a statue. Most quarterbacks now are mobile, but not Stafford. So, important thing right now for the Rams is to solidify this offensive line. And to do that, you have to make sure you get your best guys in front of Stafford. Now, Kevin Dotson proved himself. What he did this year would have definitely have had a bunch of bidders. Teams like even San Francisco would love to have had a guard like this, especially when you look at how they lost the Super Bowl due to right guard play. It's important. This draft class is not that deep at guard interior offensive line. It's actually, interior offensive line is actually the seventh deepest group of all positions. So it's not a position that you could just say, we'll find a replacement. And to find a replacement that does what Dotson did, right? You know what he does. You know who he is. You know what he brings to the table. Great signing by the Rams here. This move just made me so happy. As I mentioned earlier, this was the number one most important move for us, and I was thinking we are gonna have to pay him 18 million, so 16 million discount. Salary cap went up this year; it's gonna go up again next year. So the numbers are perfect. Les Need and Company, great job as always. Now, Alaric Jackson news broke a little bit after. Um, we are going to plan to put a tender on Alaric Jackson. As you know, he's a restricted free agent. So we're leaning towards the original round tender, which I was surprised. I thought we would have went with a second rounder just so the bidding was higher for him, but it'll be 3.12 million. Um, but either way, he will be in contract in 2024, hopefully with the Rams. It doesn't guarantee that he will be. Another team can come in and outbid us, right? So I don't think so. I mean, Larry Jackson's good for us. I think he's a good plug and play right now at the most important position on the offensive line at a cheap tender. So we have to do that. I do think the Rams take a tackle in this draft to try to develop because Alaric Jackson, no guarantee, he's had injury history. He's not the best left tackle. He has great moments at times, but there's moments where it doesn't look great. And then you know games that he misses due to injury, his replacements come in and it makes him look a little better. Joseph Noteboom now probably stays on the Rams. Um, we need the depth for sure. I guess it's just going to come down to what happens in the draft. Um, is there a possibility that the Rams go after Tyron Smith from the Cowboys? We'll see. You never know. We got money. But I'm happy with the Larry Jackson if he's our starting left tackle to start the 2024 season. Cheap uh, contract to have a starting left tackle, which is the highest paid position on the offensive line. But we have Avella, who's on a rookie contract. Coleman Shelton is also a free agent, unrestricted, so he could hit the open market unless Snead today or this weekend decides to call him up like, hey, take this, boom, done. But if not, the Rams could move Avella to center, draft guard, move Noteboom to guard. There's options, and I trust our front office. So, big news here. If you could lock up your offensive line, Rob Havenstein's getting older. We can't really be playing games with this important position. I think in 2022 we learned that the offensive line, interior, and on both sides of the ball is the most important thing you could have outside of quarterback. So you have to take it. You have to find those guys, sign them, bring them back, and ride out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Follow me on Twitter at Shay tweeted that. I'm very active there. My posts get a lot of traction, get a lot of input from Rams fans. There's some Rams fans that think he was overpaid. Some on the same boat as me think this was a great deal. Personally, to me, I see no way you would even care what he had made as long as we have him. He's the seventh highest paid guard in the NFL right now. Obviously, that can change, but he was the best guard available in the NFL free agency, and he was the best guard. We ain't finding a better guard than this in the NFL draft. So I'm happy. I think this is just the beginning of a great offseason for the Rams. They're taking care of their guys right now with Demarcus Robinson, Dotson, Larry Jackson now. And I think, probably going to let some guys go because the market, this free agency market is huge right now for safety, wide receiver, like cornerback is a little shaky. I think we're better off addressing cornerback in the draft if we do keep pick 19. But you guys know I want Brian Burns. So hopefully we can keep pick 19 if we get Burns, but we'll see. A lot of time left. Free agency starts Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. It's going to be a great time, Ramley. So take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. I'm your boy Ramsaholic, and I'm out.